Greetings from the NBEX. Good things grow here. Here's our very own Nick Storey.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the NBEX podcast here, where good things grow here.
Yeah, they do.
And today we have a co-host, Ray Tretiak here.
What's happening, everybody? Glad to be back.
Jesse over here, the magician, is with us today.
What's going on?
I think we'll get him to. I think we'll get you to make Ray disappear later, but that's another.
Make thing. A lot of people happy if you do that, Jesse.
There we go. I mean, there's a price for everything, so we'll see.
Right on. Well, I'm happy to be back. Thanks for having me, Nick. Much appreciated. It's a lively night in our building. This is being recorded during Friends of the Frex, which we took advantage of Jesse being here. I wanted to get some mic time with Jesse because Jesse's going to be performing tonight as well as being interviewed.
Oh yeah, this is my warm up right here. Excited.
So I'm definitely glad that you were able to carve this time out. I know you're a busy guy. I saw your schedule, man.
Yeah,
what's up?
It's a little busy for sure. We just though I'm well rested. I just got back from Toronto. That's why I'm repping the Jays today. So had a nice little. Even though I did a little bit of work while I was there, it was a nice time to relax and I feel pretty refreshed.
So. How was the city? It was nice, eh?
Yeah, it's a big. I mean, I didn't want to come home there for a minute. I love where I'm from, but like it was just like that. It was 4 nights, but it felt like a day and a half, and I was back flying home. So. Yeah, the good things must come to an end, I guess. But we got a show in. We got the home opener Jays game I got to see, and I spent about a mortgage payment at the Magic Shop because it's the only one in Canada. So
it's the only one in Canada.
Yeah,
no way.
COVID kind of made a few of them disappear, and there's one that's still kicking. Shout out to Browser's Den of Magic.
There you go.
And that's another reason why we're doing this podcast, is to make people aware of what we do here at NBEX and to get people back out since COVID. And get more shoulder to shoulder.
Absolutely.
And do these things and learn about different people that have been here to our events and to show local talent and talk a little bit about agriculture and what goes on here. So we got Jesse in today. He's been on the grounds different times doing his magic and learn a little bit more about Jesse.
Jesse was, how many years have you been at the show now?
Like at the NBEX?
Well, just in general, like your whole.
Yeah,
thing.
I've been doing magic I picked up a deck of cards 7 years ago, but I'd say like closer to almost, if not right around 6 years, I've been actually performing. So
right on. Do you remember where your first gig was?
Absolutely. I bombed at an 8-year-old birthday party. It was great, but I learned from it, and that was the only time that happened. So it was a good wake up call. I wasn't a magician then. I was just a guy who knew a couple magic tricks. So the presentation and stuff wasn't there yet, but it started me off. Every time I see her, I shout her out. And say,
nice.
Hey, she was a local girl. So
nice.
Yeah, had me for 8-year-old. And when I got there, of course, the kids were playing road hockey. They didn't want to come in and see this guy that just started doing magic. So, I got through the show, and there was a couple moments where they enjoyed it and had a good time. So it was enough to bring me back. And here we are, like 1,000 some shows deep. So.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I first met you. It was my I'd seen you perform. So I knew about you, but it was my New Year's Eve gig, right?
Yeah.
A few years back. Yeah. So, and that was the reception that we got from this. It was a Great Gatsby themed New Year's Eve party, and magic just fit in, and I was unsure how it was going to go. And like within 5 seconds of talking to you, I was like, this is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And it really was. The feedback was awesome. And fast forward a few years, and here we are, and we're still working together at the NBEX.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything starts somewhere and grows, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
And that's why I was so excited. I was like, we can get Jesse on the show, because I've never had the opportunity to sit down and talk and just kind of learn about where you got your start, why you started, what drives you. So that's cool for me.
So Ray, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on here at Friends of the Frex tonight, that we have Jesse in here. And
and then you're going to make me disappear? Is that what's
some other entertainers as well.
Yeah, you know what? I shout out for, I know your schedule is crazy busy, and we got you in here. We've got the fundraiser tonight. It's the first time we've ever done it. It's Friends of the Frex. We have brought the provincial exhibition show that happens on Labor Day weekend. We've brought that. It's been a few different names over the years. Most recently is the provincial exhibition, New Brunswick Provincial Exhibition. Kind of doesn't roll off the tongue. We weren't quite sure, so we wanted to put an identity behind it. So tonight was all about the Frex. When I was growing up, this show, that September show, it was always known as the Frex. All my buddies always just called it the Frex, right? So we got around the table with the committee. It's all a bunch of volunteers that helped the staff put it on here. And we got noodling back and forth ideas, and everybody just kept saying the Frex, the Frex, the Frex. That it was rolling off the tongue during conversation. And I just stopped the meeting. I was like, what are we doing here, folks? I was like, we're all calling it the Frex, but we're trying to brand it as the New Brunswick Provincial Exhibition. It's the Frex in our DNA, in our core, right?
100%.
It's a provincial celebration of agriculture, but the event itself is the Frex. So that's what tonight's all about. We're celebrating the Frex brand name coming to life.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
For the events part of it is the Frex, because it's a Fredericton Exhibition Limited, right? Mm-hmm. And then the NBEX and the number 34 Agriculture Society, which we set in our board meetings under the number 34 Agriculture Society, which most people out there don't know. I've been telling people, and they just don't know the history and the information, right? Yeah. So we're going to try to get more information out via the podcast here of this organization, and a little bit more as we go as what's been going on here to try to save these grounds and save a little bit of this shoulder to shoulder area for the people of the city of Fredericton. So this is why we started this off, and we're going to bring guests in like Jesse, and probably have him in again after so he can bring you back. Or do you make sure?
That's what I was
going to say. It's bad for business if I make Ray disappear. So I don't know.
You send me somewhere, please bring me back. Right?
Yeah, I'll send you on a week vacation, but you got to come back.
Deal. I got that. I like that. All right. Well, listen. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to open the floor, and I'd love to hear your story. You've told me bits and pieces of it along the way. Yeah. You've been at the Frex. You've performed here. You've performed at Ribfest. You're performing tonight. Kind of walk us through a day in the life of the shoes of Jesse Campbell, the illusionist.
100%. Actually, speaking of Ribfest, was one of my favorite gigs I've done. I actually did a Wish reveal when Make-A-Wish was funding it, and got to send a kid to Mexico that was not doing well. And not only did I send him and his family, but I also got to send his best friend and their family as well. So it was super cool. It was kind of funny. He originally wanted to go swimming with sharks in Bermuda, but the insurance company shut it down. So he had to settle for Mexico. But it all started with another legend of the Frex, Pearly the Magician. I'm sure 99% of Fredericton knows who he is. July 13th in Fredericton is Pearly Palmer Day. So about 7 years ago, I was at the Northside Market, which is no longer there. But all the vendors are here on this spot, all the food vendors. He stopped me as I was walking by. I was on my way to the Happy Baker, and he stopped me, asked me to see a magic trick. I said, sure, I've heard of Pearly before, but I'd never seen him or magic in my life. And at 27 years old, he put one magic trick in my hand. It blew my mind. I'd never seen magic before, so I went home completely confused at 27. I went back the next week because I liked it so much, but sadly, that was his first week in hospice. So I never got the chance to meet him again, get to know him or anything like that. But that 45-second magic trick changed my life forever. I've had over 1,000 shows in the last 5.5, 6 years. Wow. And I put smiles on faces all over the world because when I go through drive-thrus with my wallet, if you've ever seen those, in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've had about 100 million views doing that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, all this started from just a single magic trick from Pearly, and I can't stop telling that story. Every show I go to, I tell that story. If it's a walk around gig like tonight, I will tell that about 15, 20 times tonight at least. And that's kind of how it all started. But it's been a cool ride. I recently, a few weeks ago, got to go to the hospice that Pearly spent his last days at. It's just down the road here. Yep. And I did a show for the day hospice program, and then I actually went room to room doing some stuff for the patients. And some of the nurses in there actually said they remembered him when they were in there caring for him. So that led to, I was at a Fredericton Express game recently, and that branched off. There was a guy there from the Moncton Hospice who told me that there was a guy who had a dying wish was to see a magician. So I was able to go to Moncton that same week, and we had to work fast, and we got in, we did the show. I put a big smile on his face. The nurses said it was the first one they've seen in a while. So, those are the real reasons I keep doing it. But I mean, I just love bringing joy in general, and as much joy as I bring somewhere, I leave with just as much, if not more. So it fills my cup too, and everybody's happy at the end of the day. So
yeah.
And I can concur with that, because I did radio for 11 years, and I did on Positive Energy, and I brought Atlantic musicians in that didn't have a chance to be on radio, so they got to be on through that venue. So it's great that we started this upgrade, have this podcast, so we can do that again.
Yeah.
And show the positive stuff around the city. Cause
I love this idea. This is great.
It's such a negative times, and we got to show it. And what better place than right on these grounds here in Fredericton at the exhibition grounds to have all these events to bring people together. So
I've always said that we have so much talent right in our own backyard.
Oh, yeah.
we do.
Music, art. If you walk in downtown Fredericton, any corridor, there's a group of artists or someone busking on the street, or you walk into a local pub and you're hearing some of these local up and comers. The Country Showcase that has ran here for I don't even know how long, showcases a lot of local talent. We are a stage for local talent as well, which is part of what drives me to get up and go every day. I love putting that platform together, which tonight is a really good example of that. And Jesse is a part of that community. You bring smiles to people's faces of all ages, no matter where you go.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's just for kids. That's a myth. I've done lots of adult, my age and older birthday parties, and it's very universal, whether it's whether your age or, I've done shows where I've been in like world events, like for curling. Say I did Magic for Team Japan, and they didn't understand a single word I said, but every time the trick happened, they freaked out, and I knew that I was able to speak to them on some level, and it's very universal, which is super cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's
Universal language magic.
Yeah, absolutely. No talking, just do the thing and watch their faces go, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I've heard you say you've been different places over the world. Like, where have you traveled?
So like that was like a world curling event. So they were right here in Fredericton, and they all came to do at the Capital Winter Club actually. And it was just like I did actually two of them. One was a university level, and one was just like a world adult level curling match. So for a guy who's never curled, I've done major curling events, like probably 5 or 6 major curling events, and I've never thrown a rock. So it's kind of funny. Yeah.
Wow.
That's cool. And like I know that like any hustle, it more than likely started as a side hustle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
What's daytime for you? What's your daytime gig, or what was your daytime gig?
Well, I'm still kicking it. I'm at the Armuckdale Hospital right now. I'm a maintenance worker there. So I'm a Red Seal industrial mechanic by trade.
There you go.
So I'm up there, and that's another cool part too, is that opens up the door for, you see a sick kid that doesn't really want to be at the hospital that day. You can do a little quick interactive magic trick where you don't even have to touch them if they're, the germs are there and stuff. They're scared of that. Then I can do stuff where I'm from me to you away, and I don't even have to touch you. And so it just makes them forget about why they're there for a minute, and just makes a little bit of joy, even if they're not even in a good shape to smile. At least I know that they forgot about that for just a second, and they were able to focus on something else. And it's cool to be able to do that. Or like I made these little magic kits recently around Christmas time, where I'm selling magic kits for kids, and there's a tutorial, there's a YouTube video where I'm teaching how it's all done. And I joke that I'm able to take the kids away from like video games. Like parents have messaged me, hey, they got this game for Christmas, but they've spent more time doing your magic kit. And I'm like, if I have the power to pull kids away from video games,
That's
like
awesome.
What else could I do? So
Absolutely.
yeah, but might I add, like it takes for everyone from the NBEX, like it takes people like you guys to have people like us. We couldn't do it without you.
100% agree.
Yeah, it's definitely, it'd be pretty awkward to do magic when nobody's watching me. So and same with singers and stuff. They could sing their heart out in the shower, but if nobody's watching them, then it's just we're nothing without you guys. So.
Yep. Amen to that. I fully agree.
Geez, we're going to have to go out on stage here and stop singing in the shower, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We got a trio right here.
Right? Yeah, right on. Well, listen, you know what, guys? I've got to bounce. I think
There's a lot of excitement going on tonight.
there's
here.
a lot of excitement. So I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys. And if you do happen to make me disappear, I guess I'm not going very far.
Absolutely.
So thank you for coming in. You're in good hands here with Nick Storey.
Absolutely.
From Good Things Grow Here. You good?
Well, thank you, Ray.
Thank you. I'll see you guys out there later on.
Perfect.
Awesome.
This is for the edit.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right on.
Yeah. So on that note, Ray's going out to get ready for the big event tonight. Friends of the Frex. It's going to be exciting. A lot of people are going to be here, and it's going to be great. We'll give you the next podcast we have. We'll give you a little bit more information about that and what's happening. Plus, we want to share more information on what's actually going on with our lands here too. So the next time we're in and have the event and have Ray here, we'll explain to you people out there what is going on. That's what this podcast is all about, and to show you the Good Things Grow here. And thank Jesse for being on the show here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we were mentioned just a while ago, what are some of the places you've performed? Like have you been in other places, or have you been across Canada?
A little bit. Actually, this past weekend was one for the books. That trip to Toronto, I was able to, what I thought was just like a feature spot on a comedy night.
Right.
I actually ended up headlining the night, and I doubled up my time. So I did like 25 minutes for a room in Toronto, and it was super cool. I'll hold that one with me for a long time. And then I've also I did a couple corporate gigs one in Halifax for a restoration company. They're like Atlantic Canada. They might even be bigger than Atlantic Canada, but they had their Atlantic Canada Christmas party in Halifax. So I went down and did that. I did like a full show for them, plus some walk around stuff. And the only other place that I've been to besides all over New Brunswick was right in, what's it called? Right when you first get into Cape Breton. And it was a tattoo expo there.
Okay.
So I did a stage show, plus I did some walk around stuff while people were getting tattoos. And those are the kind of the 3 cities I've been to, but I'm hooked on Toronto, so I'm going to go back.
I
And
noticed you
some
had
shows
some
there.
tattoos, and on that
A couple.
point,
Yeah, a couple.
we'll do a shout out to Brent Buchanan, because the Fredericton Tattoo show will be here soon too.
Yeah, we've
as
been
well.
talking. We might see some Jesse Campbell magic there
Oh,
as
good,
well.
good,
Yeah.
good. And you can go to our website for the New Brunswick Provincial Exhibition, or go to the NBEX Events YouTube channel. And you can also see this podcast on that YouTube channel, or you can go to our website as well and go up into the menu bar, go down to other events, and you'll see the podcast on there as well. So just check that out. And we got the shout out to Brent, and Brent's going to be here tonight as well at the Friends of the Frex. So
There we go.
we're all here together. So, in the next show we're going to have go from a magician to a musician.
Yeah, there we go.
Musician.
I've been called
Say that
musician
9 or 10
multiple
times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ivan Daigle's going to be on our next show, and we're looking forward to that. He's also going to be performing tonight at the Friends of the Frex. So, so what do you got planned now for the future? You got any upcoming?
Yeah,
a lot busy for the summer, or it just comes as it comes, and
that too. But I mean, like, my summers are already. I don't have any time left in August. Basically, it's pretty much full. Rib Fest got me in June, so I'm doing that, and I've got quite a bit lined up already. So April, I probably have like 15 shows in April that I've got. May, I got maybe 10. June's almost full. The summer fills up quick. So, and then the only other time that's busy is, like, I've already got a couple Christmas parties that I booked into. So last December I did 27 corporate Christmas parties. So it was a busy month. And
any shout outs you want to shout out to any place you're going to be in the future? Or
I've got
or any
few
sites you're going to be starting a new website.
Yeah. Shout out to Blueprint Cabinets for that. Lewis, he's helping me out on that end of things, and getting me rigged up with a proper website. So when I, like, a lot of my a lot of my shows are like hired, kind of
Right.
like tonight and stuff
Right.
like that. But I definitely plan on doing like a little tour, maybe here in the
Nice.
right after summer, yeah, and get like some theater gigs in and just book some venues and try to sell some tickets and see
So-
how that goes. And
Just before we go, a little bit more on yourself. We've talked about events and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you grew up, you were
yeah, I didn't.
Right.
I had no idea. If you would have told
Right
me
here.
10 years ago I'd be doing magic, I would have laughed. Like,
so
it
you're
was
right
just-
from Fredericton, or where are you from?
Yeah. I grew up in Wasis. So I
Right.
went to Ormocto High School, and I kind of grew up more in Ormocto. But Fredericton, I remember coming to the Frex as a
Right.
kid, and
And that's where I was going to.
Yeah.
Some things that you remember as a kid coming to the Frex. 'Cause
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was kind of a chicken, so I didn't go on any of the big rides, especially I can't even, if I stood up right now and did one circle, I'd be dizzy. So like, yeah, there was never any crazy rides like that really, but like I definitely remember coming down here and doing all the games, trying to win prizes. And I went on some rides, just as long as there was no circles, and we're good to go. But yeah, I remember like I've been to this property a lot growing up, and got a lot of good memories. Just, with my parents or my friends or whatever the case was. I've walked these grounds a lot before I was hired to be here. So it was, I've always been right here, right downtown. Like, can't remember. Yeah. No, I've definitely been since I can remember coming to the Frex for sure. And it's crazy that we're at 199 years. Like
199 years
that's
this year,
insane.
like 200 years next year, like our bicentennial. Like it's crazy
Yeah.
to keep that going.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose this. Like I said, the number 34 Agriculture Society is what started it all.
Yep.
And we'll get some history on that because a lot of people don't know the original starting point was down by the art gallery along the St. John River.
Okay.
And then they moved up to York Street area where the Hart Shoe Factory is.
Oh yeah.
And there's apartment buildings now, but that's where the racetrack used to be at one time.
Okay.
And then we moved over to these lands when the Odell family gave us the lands, and a few other people donated this lands to be here. So
where was that building I seen like at last
the
year's
big
NBEX?
entrance, the
Yeah,
big
and it was like, I think it burned
palace,
down,
they called
did
it, the palace. It burnt down.
Yeah, where was that? On this property?
No, it was over on the other property.
Okay.
Yeah, and when it burnt, they replaced it again, but then that burnt too.
Oh, there
If
you
we
go.
had that big palace, a picture of like if you
Yeah.
come down, you'll see it as soon as you come in. We normally have it out in the lobby,
Okay.
up on the wall, so
Yeah.
you can see it as you're leaving. And if we still had that today,
Yeah.
we'd have no problem with this land here.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to let Jesse get ready to go out and mingle a little bit and get ready for the big event tonight, Friends of the Frex. And our next show will be Ivan Daigle coming in. So thanks for being here, Jesse.
Yeah, no problem. If you guys have the means, go support live local entertainment, and we'd really appreciate it. Like I said, it takes people like you for people like us. So yeah, come see us at a show sometime, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, shout out to the viewers and everyone, and thanks for listening to the NBEX podcast with Nick Storey. Ray just left; he disappeared. We'll bring him back next show.
Yeah, if he's good.
And thanks, Jesse. And that's a wrap.
All right,
Howdy, goodbye.
perfect. Here we go.